The time is just gone 10 minutes to 10 a.m. as we head towards closure. We still have got a Nikah announcement coming up, but right now we're joined by Hassan Lorgat, manager at the Policy and Advocacy for the Benchmark Foundation, talking about visa-free travel status for the people of Palestine. Hassan, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh and welcome. Hassan, assalamu alaikum. Well, we seem to be having a bit of an issue trying to get in touch with Hassan, but essentially this is a campaign for visa-free travel for the people of Palestine, and I think the key component of this campaign is to collect signatures as a means of convincing our government to do the right thing. And the simple thing is to grant Palestinians the rights to travel visa-free to South Africa, and also at the same time looking at this campaign that it is asking for more than just a travel document. And we know it's South Africa, and obviously with international solidarity in terms of what we did in the apartheid era, and exactly the same thing when it comes to Palestine and the support that the people of Palestine. And at this point in time, we find that Israel, the apartheid policies, and we see it over the years, how it has manifested itself, but also in this era, in a very, very difficult era of the pandemic, in the COVID-19 pandemic as well. Once again, these policies and how these policies have negatively impacted on the people of Palestine, on the lives of the people of Palestine. And we want to talk to Hassan Lorgat, who is the manager at the Policy and Advocacy for the Benchmark Foundation, about this now. Also, when one looks at the entire saga with regard to travel and the difficulties that Palestinians actually experience when they travel to and from Palestine. And we've seen it happen to a number of people that have come to South Africa. It's when they get back, and even sometimes in terms of our local airport, in terms of what actually happens in South Africa, and the red tape that goes on, particularly people that obviously are flying on via Israel, and the difficulty that people actually experience. And we've got Hassan Lorgat with us. Hassan, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hassan, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, how are you doing, Hassan?
Good, man. Are you doing a video interview tonight?
Yes, in fact, we were going to do a video interview, but unfortunately, we were battling to connect with you. But we will continue. But just very quickly, Hassan, if you could take us through this campaign. What is this campaign about? What does it entail?
Well, the campaign, basically, if I'm permitted to, I really want us to jointly mourn the loss of MRN's Ibrahim Vauda, the sterling fighter for justice, who, according to the Media Review Network, passed away early hours of this morning. And his voice of reason, his passion for justice and love, devotion, and concern for his family will be remembered by all of those whose lives he's touched. So with that, we join the MRN in wishing him Jannah and the best for his family and friends.
Right. Definitely. And we know he was obviously someone who stood for justice and relentless in his fight against all oppression that was taking place right across the entire world. Now, Hassan, just looking at this campaign about free visas for Palestinians, what is this campaign about?
Well, basically, it is our attempt here is to build the courage of our government. We want to put pressure on our government because we've learned that without any demand, governments will never really concede to the wishes of the majority. The people here want Palestinians to have visa-free traveling rights as much as the oppressor Israel has. And this is an anomaly that has existed since the time of our democratic breakthrough. And what we do, in my opinion, is I look at how South Africa, in opposition to apartheid, promised a lot a lot about what it will do for Palestine. And then when we got to our democracy, we seem to be working at snail's pace. Well, really, what is required? This petition, currently with the numbers close to 2,000, wants to reach about 10,000 people, and the petition is on MRN's website. And clearly, it's an vast petition, and you must have seen it around. We're really appealing for people to join in because we believe, as B'Tselem, the Israeli NGO, just recently released in their report, a regime of Jewish supremacy from Jordan to the Mediterranean Sea. This is apartheid. So they released this report and they prove, as some of my comrades that I worked with in the unions proved, when they visited Palestine, Israel, found that there was no apartheid there. They said it was worse than apartheid. What people are experiencing there, the balkanization, the separation of the enclaves, it reminds us of our Bantustan that we had. If you recall, Inayat, we had a Bapudatswana in Kimberley side and a Bapudatswana near Mafeking, and this is exactly what's happening. So we can identify with it. What we're asking people to do by fighting for the right to travel for Palestinians, to come here, to exchange views, to read poetry, to pray together, to play together, is a right that a free South Africa can offer. Because as Nelson Mandela himself said, that we are not free if the Palestinians are not free.
Well, Hassan, Jazakallah for that. Unfortunately, time obviously has been of the essence because I would have loved to engage you a lot more on this opinion piece that you have written. But I'd like to actually hold you to another interview to discuss some of the other details. But for now, just as far as this campaign goes, the petition goes, you mentioned it on the MRN website.
Yeah, and it's an online petition, and basically the aim is it's a small step to take. People are just clicking on that to say we basically want Palestinians to have the rights to travel without visa restrictions, without having to apply for visas. Because the Israelis, when they come through here, they just simply fly through. I end my opinion piece say we work the state Palestine. I see small and humble gesture is part of a long march to affirm the full unity of Palestinians. It is true that our freedom is incomplete without the freedom of Palestinians. So why is it that our government grants the oppressor of Palestinians free right to travel here with 90-day free visa travel, but Palestinians have to stand in long queues, academics, students, mothers, those who seek medical help? Clearly, this is a small step, but it's a giant leap if we can succeed. And we really want Salaamedia to join in this effort.
Inshallah. Jazakallah for that, and Jazakallah for coming on and talking with us this morning, Hassan. All the best to you, inshallah, and Allah keep you safe and healthy as well, inshallah, and to continue with the fight against oppression and injustice. Once again, Jummah Mubarak to you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
And same to you and your family, and to Ziad and everyone else.
Hassan Lorgat joining us this morning, and when we come back, we'll be having a nikah announcement.